Alright, today we're going to be looking at a new safety recall coming out. Which just popped up this morning. It's certain 21 to 22 model F-150 vehicles equipped with a crew cab 145-inch wheelbase, a 302A and above package, and one-piece aluminum drive shaft, loose sagging underbody insulators. And they specify they want you to use a drill, ruler, scale, marker, small brush, a rivet gun. And it says there's two areas affected by this. Well, obviously here's the bed, here's the front of the vehicle. This would be the driver's side where the fuel tank is at. This would be the passenger side. And what's happening is the shielding is coming down and rubbing the drive shaft. Here or here, so in the front or in the middle. And then it's also coming down and rubbing the top of the fuel tank, so it could possibly rub through the fuel lines as well. So if we go underneath here and we look and see how this is laid out, it's a one-piece drive shaft. What they're saying is fuel tank here, so this doesn't have these insulators they're talking about here. So this truck doesn't have it, but just to give you reference on what we're looking at, you're underneath the vehicle right now and you're looking forward. They're worried about the insulators that sit up above these trays here falling down and rubbing the evap lines here. If they have it, this truck doesn't have any, so you just inspect and move on. And they're worried about those insulators rubbing these evap lines, fuel lines. And then they're worried about the insulator on this other side over here rubbing the drive shaft right here, around this part and around this part back here. So obviously this truck doesn't have it, and it says certain ones. Well, I wanted to give you a reference area of what you're looking at when you're looking for this rubbing. So they don't want that polished looking stuff in the center. They want it normal looking like this, not real nice and shiny polished. And then they don't want the insulator falling here on top of the fuel tank and sitting there rubbing the lines on top of the fuel tank. They want you to then go up underneath it, drill holes, and re-rivet. Let me turn this light off. And they say on these you don't need to replace the axle nuts. You just blow out the holes, put a little bit of blue Loctite, and put them back in there and torque them down. And then they basically say that this is how you should submit photos. It needs to be nice, clear, and concise, not fuzzy like this. It needs to show the damage in the picture from where the insulation right here has fallen down and been rubbing. And then what vehicles it has affected. Let's go back here and look. Here. So here's your labor times for any of the technicians that follow me. Here's the stuff that you need for it. PM13A, T82B, XT1E1, XT10. And if you do have rub through marks, you're to replace the drive shaft. And if you do have chafing on top of the fuel tank or code set for the evap or something like that, you will be replacing those lines. And they've updated to a pack of 100 rivets that you've got to get through SSSC. You can't just order them.
So you got a new quick lane.
Here's your labor time. And then here's the vehicles that it affects. There's your build dates for all your F-150s. I just wanted to share that with you guys in case you may run into this and your truck was built between these dates, and or you have sagging insulators underneath the truck. Y'all be blessed. Safety recall 21S56. For quick reference, This truck wouldn't be part of that recall anyway because it says 302A trim package or higher, and this is just a equipment group 300A. So that's why this doesn't fit. You don't see those shieldings under there. It's more of a basic model 3.5 EcoBoost XLT. It's not anything fancy. So still a nice truck, a great truck. I'd love to have one, but this is a equipment group 300A. It says 302A and higher are affected with those build dates.